Hey digital identity friends, I'm Lance from RootsID talking self-sovereign identity. RootsID is an open source development group that builds software for grassroots identity efforts that matter. We engage with SSI communities like Trust Over IP, Decentralized Identity Foundation, and Hyperledger, all with the mission of bringing SSI to the mainstream. Thank you to our sponsors at Catalyst and Atala Prism. It's natural for the gravity of two ecosystems that share a part of space to affect each other. The voids between them represent opportunity for expansion. Non-fungible tokens or NFTs and verifiable credentials or VCs are from different galaxies but continue to be pulled towards each other. Over the last month, the space between them has gotten a lot of attention as NFTs have stretched into new territory held by VCs. NFTs have gained mass in the blockchain galaxy by connecting digital assets to on-chain tokens governed by a minting policy and managed by a smart contract. We use them to buy and sell licensed assets like art, games, music, and videos. They solve transaction problems related to creator origin, ownership, and royalties. They can be used for membership and have naturally been adopted as avatars to make our digital presence easy to identify and to signal something interesting about our preferences and communities. Verifiable credentials have gained mass in the self-sovereign identity galaxy to allow individuals to apply the unique collection of information about themselves to all the digital worlds that can respond. They solve problems around privacy, disclosure, and verification, and can be used to apply for schools, jobs, mortgages, insurance, for proof of citizenship, or that we are over a certain age. The traditional use cases for NFTs and VCs were mostly separate, with a small overlap in blockchain communities leveraging NFTs for access control. Some of the obvious technical differences were that NFTs are publicly verifiable while VCs are private until you want to make them public, for instance on a blockchain. NFTs are blockchain specific, while VCs use open standards and exist on a variety of platforms, including blockchains. What has sparked the latest discussion is the inclusion of identity in NFTs with discussions focused on NFT transferability. Communities like the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Cosmic Cuties have formed around NFTs, effectively granting access and privileges to its holders. The two largest NFT platforms on Ethereum and Cardano are evolving the idea of linking an NFT to an identity. Cardano's SIP66 considers how to connect an NFT to a decentralized identifier, and a recent white paper co-authored by Vitalik Buterin introduces the concept of a Soulbound NFT that is tied to elements that likely identify a user. By tying an NFT to an identity, NFTs gain new utility and similarities to verifiable credentials. We can now use NFTs and VCs to verify that someone is a citizen of Canada who is over 18 years old and has a university degree in economics and over 50,000 Twitter followers. But with the great power of identity comes great responsibility. Now that NFTs can be associated with a person's identity, they have the responsibility to consider the effects of correlation, privacy, permission, consent, the right to be forgotten as discussed in GDPR compliance, inclusivity, neutrality, and so much more. The Vitalik white paper about Soulbound NFTs touches on many technologies and implications around identity. It discusses encryption, off-chain storage, zero-knowledge proofs, and governance tied to identity. It just scratches the surface of the gravity well of safely handling identity information. SSI champions like Trust Over IP have done a great job of introducing all of the roles, frameworks, and layers involved in order to implement and manage a self-sovereign identity galaxy. On-chain information does address an interesting aspect of identity, specifically the ability to prove a negative versus evidence of positive character. How do you investigate if someone has a criminal record when they control every aspect of their identity? There needs to be a way to make provable information available about someone without their consent. Unsurprisingly, there is a sense in SSI communities that trying to rush NFTs into the SSI galaxy is going to result in some painful lessons for the implementers and the users. At the same time, SSI communities recognize the power that NFTs bring to our space. Both galaxies need to find ways to bridge these technologies. The NFT market could help fuel advancements in SSI, and smart contract related tech like NFTs can benefit massively from identity for things like voting, delegation, and connecting to the rest of the world off-chain. If you want a more in-depth comparison of these two amazing galaxies, I highly recommend the discussion hosted by Bankless on YouTube between SSI hero Evan McMullen from Disco XYZ and blockchain hero Vitalik Buterin from Ethereum. And if you're looking for an excellent resource for the galaxy of SSI, we recommend subscribing to Identisphere, who keeps track of SSI articles, conferences, job postings, and more. Identity Woman and InfoMiner do an incredible job collecting the latest information, and we are proud Identisphere Patreon supporters. RootsID is building open source SSI software that will help bridge SSI and NFT galaxies. In Catalyst Fund 9, we've submitted 9 proposals, including enhancements to our identity wallets called Roots Wallet and Wallcly, a proposal to bring our Cardano SSI community closer to the Hyperledger Aries community, a Discord-based social credential proposal, a proposal to explore verifiable credential formats and standards, and a proposal to research how Cardano can bridge to the Carry ecosystem. If you are a Cardano ADA holder, consider registering to vote in Catalyst Fund 9, and you can find the links to our Fund 9 proposals at rootsid.com/proposals. We are happy to be partnering in Fund 9 with Snapbrilia, who is building quadratic voting and developer bounty systems, DirectEd, who is building an educational scholarship smart contract system, LearnerShape, who is building a verifiable credential guild system, and Freos, who is building a verifiable KYC service. Please consider voting for those projects as well.